Всем привет! Поскольку мои товарищи что-то в инфляции делают какие-то непотребства, я решил начать одиночное прохождение Divinity 2. Не знаю, что из этого выйдет. Скорее всего, я просто очень долго буду страдать. С одним сохранением. Принять. Ладно. Ну что же, удачи мне. Скорее всего, это будет ГГ. Возможно, в самом начале. Я даже не придумал, за кого я играть буду. Скорее всего, возьму какого-нибудь хила. Так, и нужно взять кого-нибудь из шаблонных персонажей. Который у нас странный. Блин, я уже забыл. Происхождение клана. А вот. Сибила. Красный принц. Танк это хорошо. Блин, я же, в принципе, сейчас еще класс поменяю, да. Так. Мне нужен трупоед, однозначно. Древние знания тоже. Облик это все пофигу. Давайте послушаем историю персонажа.
I used to be a slave, kept under the thumb of the master. The bastard that made me hunt down my own kin. How did he do that, you ask? With the living scar you see on my cheek, this horror that takes no more than a song sung by Master Dearest to control my very thoughts. But now the tables have turned. I broke my shackles, and when I finally find him, I will make the master sing a very different kind of song.
Метаморф нет, следопыт нет, вор возможно. Или клинок тени, так что у нас тень. Хамелеон. Возможно, кстати, возможно. Ладно, клинок тени. Таланты сойдут. Да, тут уже все это выбрано. Что я туплю? Ловкость и восприятие. Восприятие базовое. Хотя единичку бы я сбросил. И еще нужно либо ловкость. Давай еще. Да, еще ловкость. Искусство убийства, превращение в воровство. Знание легенд. Воровство не потребуется, но мне также нужно. Хотя воровать я не особо люблю, может тогда обмен и убеждение. Ладно. Пусть такая остается. Ой, господи. какой бонсур.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rabble panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
What a dismal way to wake. Bones are so boring. Without flesh, there's no memories to be had.
Что у нас там? Никета.
Oh, where did I leave my calipers?
I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
Тут вроде бы все.
Ah, you're up. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself.
Смазка. Цвет воскрешения. Лечение тоже выкинем. Конечно. Развитие крови. Наверное, будет заставлен.
There. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Dungeon? You have the gall to call my laboratory a dungeon.
Index fingers pressed to her lips. She pauses.
My word. You do seem... Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually, a new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens. Oh, do go on. I won't hold it against you. My, aren't we a meek little lamb? Perhaps I needn't have collared you, so let's just leave it on, shall we? Because, to answer your question, what the collar does, for your own peace of mind, of course.
No known associates.
Да, читать я
In
могу.
fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others.
Кстати, о птичках. Поскольку с ораторским искусством у меня всегда были проблемы, зачитывать ничего вслух
A young
я
magister
особо
stands
не
pale and
хочу.
silent. Her knuckles whiten around.
No lesions.
Behind the magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your... Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does.
It seems as though
Move along.
can't be natural.
Nothing to see it.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course. I thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears, bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Thanks.
Стихи. Тут ничего особо интересного нет. Все вспомнил. Очень превратился в общение с животными.
The long, sharp needle is blackened with the ink that fuels its purpose, to tattoo the names of those you hunt upon your skin. Ink fuels the needle's purpose. This single word, fuel, master. He is the center of your search. He will be the pinnacle of your vengeance, only when he extinct her. House of Dreams. You have come here to confront him because he cut the slave mark into your cheek. Perhaps he can undo it and point you in the direction Panda. He knew your name, gurgled it through blood. You killed him because the master forced you. You recall Karia, House of War. She died burning.
Продолжаем пытаться.
Nice.
Keep those bumps trained on her. And if she tries to run, shoot at him.
Чесночок.
On their job. What is the matter?
Murder was found. I strongly suspect you know all about it.
Do you? Well, perhaps you're absolutely right.
Что это? Эх, надо.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right?
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded.
Watch your back, new fish.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of...
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander, many men.
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger. Ifan grins, flashing pointed one.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants. Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the joy. Away from... no. The dead man. Finn, is it? I'd no business with...
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's...
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. The joy. I've heard a lot. Nothing good. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself. Easy now. I might think that...
What are you conspiring?
Oh, don't mind him.
Name!
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible.
Away with you!
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips.
Сюда еще сохранить. Развитие, все остальное. Ох, же вы, конечно, детей любят.
Ah, there you are, wife. Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this loser woman, nor do... How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madam Josephine... What? What?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoots...
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and get, and maybe I'll sing...
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? You presume right. Nope, trying not to find anything out. Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship. You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. As quickly as they came, the clouds...
Good luck, Chief.
Do you know Lo, sir? Are you an elf?
You are Jill, aren't you? Name? Well, you aren't here on my list.
Junk. They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one. Did you see the body?
A broad dwarf sits... He raises an eyebrow as you...
Listen up, Ghetto. You hear that? The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you.
And?
I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else we can make, Your Majesty.
The fellow cocks his ear.
That isn't...
He cocks his ear to the other side.
Anticipation. She sensed... That's all you hear, though. Listen, there now, just like... Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression.
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, Ghetto. It's the wheel. The wheel. Pardon my beard. That means... If we've been... no, indeed, Ghetto.
The dwarf leans back from the table.
That'll be all. Thank you kindly, Ghetto.
Always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Mest. Your kind always hung close.
Well, what have we here?
The lizard looks you up and down, like all of a sudden he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
I'm inspecting your teeth, in case that wasn't spectacular. There's some discoloration, but I've seen work. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook? Oh, goodness, no. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, yes, well, I'll count that as an... On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of the very basics, then, I suppose. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions... As per your own testimony, you can groom, but you have the taste buds of a dung beetle, and that won't do at all, see? I'm sad to say I must deny you the opportunity to be my slave. I'll have you know that threatening one's master still. Hone your skills, and...
I ain't saying nothing.
Bloody dwarves, I'll come back to you. You better be ready to talk here.
Не проканал. Ну, и ладно.
You put a knuckle in it. I'm trying to concentrate.
Meanwhile, the Magisters feed...
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us will kill our own. They're picking us off.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up. He reaches out and examines your face, tugging at your ears and prodding your nose.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
I am not as brittle as all that, young lady. Oh dear. I seem to have crossed some cultural taboo. You have my apology. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once. Ah, yes. The nicety. My name is Fane. I am a scholar from... It is pleasurable to meet you. Hardly. I've been reading this one for several minutes and I have yet to find a... It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history? Most unusual. And if it's not too rude... No. I want to know about the Celestial. This text tells me that... Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where... Of course you don't have any useful information. Now please, run along.
No amount of pestering will get...
Here, Sir Regis. You faring okay so far? I'm glad to hear. You head on in.
You seem on edge, officer. What on earth is the matter?
Always hung close.
Rubbish.
Strong suspect you know all about it.
Do you?
You got this wolf on
Well,
a leash now.
perhaps you're absolutely right.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of the ship with him.
Читал.
I'm trying to concentrate. They don't care about us.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of...
So you admit it then?
Yes, I did. But
She turns her head.
there are others whose lives...
Good. You there, sorcerer. Go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this.
No. I'm afraid I always perform my part solo.
She reaches for her collar and sits...
I'm just about to create...
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the void will...
She smiles with...
Precise.
Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she...
Ой-ой-ой. В который раз.
What's happened?
Ifan lies motion. His eyes flicker open. But
Lucy.
Ifan cries out.
Oh!
What happened?
Water? What?
The lizard's eyes close as he slips. You shake the... The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor. His great beard... You hear a faint thud, thud.
Животик ожог. В скобочках нету.
As the dead man's flesh slides down your throat, you feel his consciousness enter yours. Your heart is heavy. You know too much. It's all too much. A bright light blinds you, then fades. You feel a tremendous power in your... Suddenly, you're on this very ship, crouched in a corner, hugging your knees. A figure approaches. She reaches a hand toward... The memories end. You are no longer... The Magister lies on the floor.
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find it.
Конечно, нужно добить душевно, но я играю за более-менее честного человека. Ну как, или во-первых, или во-вторых, убийцу.
Not long.
Так, где там у меня...
That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
Ну что ж.
Thank the gods.
He eyes the collar so...
Another sword?
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of you.
Like you don't know?
He whispers loudly to the other.
Don't just cower there, Rick.
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand. The Magisters looked...
Your lies.
Так, это удар в спину, да? Да. Сейчас уже пролезет. Если вот я не помню. Ну что, сейчас по мне пропишешь. Раз, два, третий не надо. Первый бой уже почти отъехал. Что-то как-то не внушает радости.
Alexander, the boy bishop that would rule the world. Oh, the folly of youth.
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with the skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hugh.
No! It catches fire. It turns into must when...
The skeleton looks up.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his...
Yes, indeed. It's the look. Now, if you're really quite finished, I believe you have lifeboats to flee to. Please, I was no more an elf than you are. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed, a mask that was stolen by that damned... Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my... Indeed. Just as sensible as getting off a sinking I would say good day.
The skeleton shrugs casually and
God damn it! I need to get off this wreck, and quick. Great gods! Something's pounding on the hull.
The marking on the door was you press your palm against it doesn't budge. The door groans open.
Something's breaking through. What in the hell's are those things?
need to get out of here. Now!
Интересно, можно сделать. Наверное, смерть тоже. Например, если туда брошу камеру. Хотя, может, с вином стоит поговорить. Раз мгновенная смерть, значит мгновенная смерть. Да, нужной сложности проявляет желание. Почти. Он сейчас должен будет сгореть. Нет. Да. Было обращено. Кружки Что потухло? Может просто пробежать? Нет, видимо, не вариант. Еще вниз сходить.
lifeboat. That means there's still a chance.
Что-нибудь. Это есть. А, вон же.
Shut your trap, kid. The dwarf yanks at one.
Said there were other...
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for...
Fuck you! There's a ladder.
You're gonna be the death. Absolutely big man.
Never need someone behind.
The Magister lied.
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a Wait. Void woken!
I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
They who are about to die.
These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
Hurts, doesn't it?
А добить.
I will yield to it. Let's head above decks for some air.
Противно, нужно черт больше столкать.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she, with jagged movements, she raises her clenched blood, quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly.
It's ripping the ship apart! This is it! She's going down!
I have plans for you, child. Right.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. They're vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Ну почему тут нету фена?
I've danced with death before, but that was a particularly intimate waltz. I suppose I'm the lone survivor. How jolly. Gracchus Rex, ruler to some, tyrant to others, long dead to all.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles.
I'm not supposed to talk to elves. Pa told me elves and lizards and dwarves bring bad guys. Void guys. That's right, isn't it? They said I'm a sorcerer too, like an...
The child screws up his face and looks at you.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy. No one cares where I go. They know I can't leave the island. It's nicer out here than inside anyway. They're gone now. Their Majesties took them already. But you didn't die. I guess I am. But it's just normal to be scared. There isn't anywhere safer. That's what you'll see.
All you're good for now, Gracchus, is to provide some shade from the sun.
Не уходите далеко, я скоро к вам вернусь.
You spot a strange lizard. Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer. Or...
No, I do not. Then again, I don't belong to the House of Dreams. I'm a prince of the House of War. A house you seem to be all too familiar with. I see. Hence your search for a dreamer. For the dreamer, I suppose. We are being naughty, aren't we? You've clearly relinquished your duties by running away from your... You know, I think I've heard of you. The assassin with the needle. What do you say we bury the hatchet, you and I? For now, at least. Good, very good. I'm glad you're...
He sighs.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Judging by the dark pools that are your eyes...
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you.
As for myself, when I consider this, I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And what do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a...
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended...
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. I already told you the very same. I am the Red Prince. Of course you know.
There's a brief moment's pause.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry, truly. A kind offer indeed. Fine. On one, for reasons I'll not disclose right now, I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Most like jolly good. So, now that that's said, even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the... As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even very well. Onwards then to...
The Red Prince...
Now, as you're aware, you'll be travelling with a prince. Proper forms of it. As your luck would have it, of course there are other forms.
TX. Всякий мусор. Щит 4-5, чмет 4-5. Я ж так и не дал ничего. Нафиг. Ой.
Prince.
Ох, тут вообще изи. Сюда копилки стоят сюда. Мило.
Glory is mine.
Stare at the slain beasts, and comment that they must have been the cause of the shipwreck.
They didn't put up much of a fight.
Magister Jalen from the ship. I would have chosen a swifter death for him myself.
Все равно умерла. Ладно. Давайте одну из лежанок на эту кинуть. Что-то как совсем забыл про это. Пирог с лососем. Селедочка. Так, вот. Черная побилка. Нужно память, единичку. И вот это вот. Два оружия нужно вкачивать. Здесь. Ладно, допустим, что у тебя обмен и убеждение. Убеждение у тебя это обмен. Теперь билки, сила, сложение. Вряд научное нужно немножко. Тебе. Давай воровство, что ли? Так, сын уже облетал, да. Сам говорю, что воровство не особо хочу. Сам же качнул с самого начала. У меня что-то есть вариант это покрафтить. Вспомнить бы еще как. Икс. Во. Рецепты. Для ножика. Тряпка и луст. Понятно. Бочка. Бочки пусто. Здесь ничего такого нету. Грибы.
A black cat. Beauteous creature. Almost as graceful as I am.
The cat's eyes are clouded and its eyes clear, and it shakes its head. The cat's eyes are clouded. Its eyes clear.
What's this? I found something. I need to dig in. I don't have the right tool.
Да. Лопату нужно вот здесь, по-моему, искать. если я не ошибаюсь. А вот и лопата. Еще одна лежаночка. А вот и череп. Создание предметов. А, да. Череп. Трижды. Так, ладно. Пойду копательную лаву поиграю.
I've spotted something.
Приятно.
I wonder where this leads.
As the alcove opens up, you see the same skeleton that you met. He's leaning over a corpse, prodding and pulling.
Bugger. How on earth am I supposed to...
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face.
Damnation. That's stuck fast. Ah! No! Oh. It's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected. It seems the human that stole my mask was rather more... I chased her here, but she rather...
He turns back to the body, prodding at its face cautiously.
Oh, yes. An exceptionally common, but a face that seems rather stubborn. I would normally employ a tool to delicately but viciously. I could then craft a mask to hide my bone. But as I lack such...
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin...
Because my own would... Oh, get away! You are simple So, if I am to traverse this land, I will need a mask to disguise... Simply put, I am an eternal. Indeed, no one seems to have the good taste to be. At least from this realm. As for the others... Well... There is an excavation site at the Black Pits. Well, that hardly seems relevant. Several centuries in... I was sealed in a tomb for daring to be curious about the... Perhaps I should thank him. A cult? I could ask you to imagine an eternal as a... We studied the mysteries of the but I will find them. Wherever they are. Well, that is the cure. Every one of your races resembles them in... Perhaps my people have ascended to... Regardless, they are not here. I suppose, circumstances being... You seem more... at ease in this world than I. Excellent. While we are conversing, Perhaps you noticed that I am... Of course, the arcane arts are my little speciality. I could do that with one hand behind my... Splendid. Very well.
Текс. Тогда нужно идти. Нужно закинуть это тут. Сюда. Притвориться мертвым очень полезное умение. Так, Свен, давай, сорян.
You hear a small whimpering sound from behind a bar. The child quiets and seems comforted by your presence.
There are monsters here. Lizard ones and real ones. Master was a lizard. She sent us here. It's their fault I'll never see Ma and Pa again. How do you know?
The child smiles. She starts...
Everything...
Go! Get out! You are not welcome here. Go, man-pig!
She eyes you suspiciously.
Please. Please, just go.
Ну вот. Кстати, Фин, что-то у тебя по... Знание легенд 2. Вас понял.
The cat's eyes are... Its eyes click.
Hey, lady, I'm sure glad you went back to save the others.
Junk.
Ну все, пора в город.
I
I'm a proud loyal to the Order.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alex.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, you...
This can't be serious, Alex.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Stay silent!
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance, Dallas.
Yes, you're...
What a waste.
The Lizard Magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
She was a lizard, yet a magister.
These creatures are so prone to violence.
A single name throbs across your brain. Verdas, Verdas, Ver...
Текс. Насколько я помню, Гера говорил, что Ярдус это вот это вот создание, которое там сидит.
Where is she? You go with us. Who are you? Are you from the shelter? She says nothing of another. Fire, alas! She is so late! Yes, Atusa. She is a lizard. She is a magister, but she is kind. But Atusa is overdue. She promises to come at noon. We are afraid to stay. Afraid. She says there is a shelter in the marshes outside the fort. She says she brings us there first. She knows a safe path. I see.
Everything has...
Ох, я вспомнил, что тут будет. Может, ему дать лук? Хотя защиты от магии нету, защиты от магии нету, защиты от магии нету. Так. Ты выдвигайся сюда. Сюда.
They're transforming.
прошло более-менее удачно. Зачем я
Swallowed
налажал?
too much seawater by the looks of him.
Foolish to attempt an escape by sea in these waters.
Желать. Шесть.
The long, sharp needle is blackened with the...
Можно прокачать взлом. То есть еще полууровня. Смысл. Это же насад. Подождем. Вот котелька. Так, мне нужно срочно хила. Потому что без хила тут никуда.
I got my eye on you. Well, that's true now, isn't it? With that little ring around it, when you give up the darkness, they're working on a cure for you. Bishop's the son of the dead, and the Hammer's a son. So in the time when we lost him, well, Lucian gave Fort Joy ain't no can't for certain. So that's what we do.
Did you see him? You did, right? Those that Magister, that was Bishop Alexander, leader of the Divine Order, and his right hand, Dallas. That kind of talk will land you on the rack, pipsqueak. Now why don't you move along and...
Did you see them, miss? Bishop Alexander and the Hammer herself? They were so close, almost within arm's reach. A traitor cannot be murdered. A traitor can only receive their due. The Divine Order's all that stands between everything you see and avoid what... Believe it or don't. The Divine Order doesn't need our...
Псих какой-то.
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your fifth blue jester this round.
Mummy's
What
right
of it?
here. Where are you?
Yeah, what of it? Ah, grab it in your gobblers, the both of you.
Please, can you... An elf! Stay away, cannibal. If I find out you've gone near my bed, I don't care. I don't care. Irma, where are you?
She ignored.
Where is he? Please, I'm sorry, but you must No, no. I'm sorry, but she's terribly... Irma? Irma? Please. Please. You must help me. Irma. She's called I'm sick with worry. Completely sick. This place turns people cold. Cold. You are an angel.
Ah, you're back. Please, did you find Irma? She... Bless you.
I don't think I ain't watching.
The fella can't hear him. Yeah, that Farah. You gotta cut that out. What's that? Aye, she needs help, but none that I can give. Mad as a cuckoo, that one. And twice as... Distraught don't even begin to cover it. She's hollering after that child of hers. Killed by a void, and there ain't no amount of holler...
Just 'cause the pair of you are filthy cheating liars don't mean I can't beat ya.
A little respect for Griff's right hand, Topsy girl.
I'm not mad, darling. I'm not mad.
Right hand, my
Sweetheart.
winker. Fella's got more right hands than an octopus.
That's it. I call court.
She ignores you and can... The woman is scrabbling at her throat, as though she can hardly breathe.
Don't touch me. You're too close. This collar, this place, it's squeezing me. I can't. How is it possible? 1 minute you're in the garden.
Her hands move again to...
Yeah,
what? It's getting...
Так, естественно, что-нибудь перенесу. Опа, есть, вязал. Посох. Арбалет. Мне нужна заточка. Зелье, гранаты, бронька, пища.
Huh, this again.
Да, опять мусор.
Huh, this again.
Looky here, mates. A fresh... Why don't you join us in a round of... Chuff to you.
You glance at your hand. 2 purple monarchs. A hard hand to beat.
Well, that was easy. Looks like you'll have to pay your interment fee after all, Freshie. I'm sure the Reds told you. No one gets along without paying the interment fee. So, well, ain't you the playful one, Ghoul?
He reaches towards you to take a card and...
At least you try. Hope you're behaving yourself.
Huh? What are you doing here? Hey. Somehow, I don't...
What is it, weirdo? Your coin's gathering in a cave to the east. What?
Well. Looks like the Reds have been real busy. Chuff to you.
You glance at your hand. 2
Quiet the hand, Freshie. Unfortunately, 2 is I'm sure the Reds told you. No one get... Don't think your connections will get here in time to save you if you don't pay up now. We'll see about that, Fresh.
Our father.
начинать вот это.
Junk.
Да, я знаю, что мусор.
Our Father, who presideth over us all. Greetings, child. You must be very far from... Troubles me to hear that.
You there, elf? I'm looking for an inmate. A smallish man, thick... Have you seen him? None of your business, inmate. Find me if you hear of a... me go... Where is he?
Mummy's right here. Where are you?
Where is he?
Так, штанцы, кажется, ее. Да, штанцы надо физика. И шляпка.
Mummy's right here. Where are you?
Come on.
Dear one, help me teach this.
Respect. Someone's got to keep it.
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeve.
Just stand aside, one.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff. Especially not...
Burrow looks you both...
Ah, get out of here.
The elf smiles.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe...
Ivan rolls his sleeves back down.
Good work there. Good work. I can tell you...
He stretches out one rough hand. He grips your hand tight as a vice and...
Say, you don't look all that busy. Now, I've just got a small errand to run. And then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here, while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place?
He shrugs.
Mercenaries. It's a job. Everyone needs to make a living. I make mine running errands.
The little black cat trailing you hisses at him, hair raised.
Ah, I knew there was a kinship of sorts about you. Same trade, different masters. Why not help each other get out of here? The usual way. Two heads are better than one. And when
he grins, sharp teeth glitter.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategy. Survival's my main priority. I'll use every trick in the book to keep us alive. Can do. Onwards.
He scans the horizon for threats with one green.
Right you are.
Все, от последнего этого избавляюсь.
So, time to find this Boris fellow.
I saw what you did there, convincing Burrow not to lay down the law on that elf. Your kind stick together like stink on garbage, don't you?
You're kind of getting too big. You're kind.
Hey, I know you.
Losa, the dark-eyed jokester you met aboard the ship.
Back then, I was Madame Sibyl, right? Nothing like a nice tentacle slap across the moor to set the tone for the week, eh? How'd you escape? Me too. Did you hear something? When you were in the water, I heard the same. Do you know what this...
Losa's voice catches in her. She is stock still, waxy-skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish-black veins run. Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her light suddenly flashes back into her face.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. It was a shipwreck, all right. Not much more. Applies to a lot of situations, actually. Vermin tend... it's nothing, really. It's just... I'm just a bit... well, a bit... hospitable? Ha! What I mean... But I'm a roadside... like a goddamn gold star inn for the disembodied. Feels like just one, strangely enough. Big one, though. Don't know its name yet, either. So, how are you enjoying the joy? Yeah. So, you want to check this place out together? It does, right? Before we head out, I've got more than a few tricks up my sleeve. Lately, I've been into the enchanting arts, but I can shoot, slash, summon, steal. Sounds fine. So, yeah? Hey, wait a sec. It looks like you have all the company you need. Maybe another time, when you're a bit more on the low. Till then. Is that indigestion, or is it... Oh, God.
Bow your head, please! If we chant the endless prayer... Haven't you heard? Bishop, do not doubt that he will...
This again.
As you approach the blacksmith, you feel a bony hand on your arm. Fane leans in and whispers in your ear.
If it would be acceptable, I have an inquiry, and if it would not be acceptable, well...
Fane approaches the blacksmith and quietly speaks to her. You can't overhear much. Fane's words are quiet, but you hear the blacksmith repeat, "Face Ripper," in shock.
What is it with creeps like you and Master Niles? I told him to slither back to his dungeon.
Fane backs away, scratching his head. It seems that didn't go as he'd expected. He is lost in thought, though. She must have said something he...
Is it not enough that you travel with me? Must go on then, bark away. Let's see if we can find any method in it. The Mask of the Shapeshifter? And I crafted one for my child once. Of course, now that toy. With that mask, I can... It certainly makes traveling through towns easier. Oh, it's quite simple. One just acquires a face. Combining several of these single face masks, along with a source orb, frankly, I'm amazed everyone isn't doing it. Trust you bloody-minded beasts to turn a... People like you are... I'm using the mask to keep my... Fear? It's a practical choice. Moving through this world is so much... Oh, of course there are. Almost all of them. It's a terrific waste. So if you happen across anything that seems capable of ripping a face off a body...
Amidst a crowd...
And what you after? I ain't. Just seeing how it's made.
She looks up.
You looking to buy something? Nothing of mine needs testing. Pay or walk. Just don't waste any more of my time. Found it in the scrap heap not so long ago. Never knew her to be much of a wrench head, but oh, I don't know. She was a sweet soul. Quiet. People do change.
She nods once.
You looking to buy something? Or do you just want to waste my time with a whole lot of questions? For you? Hell no. Worthy is exactly the right word. Yeah, someone who's put all manner of things.
Призывателем.
Leave me. Go. Get away. Get back. Leave me. Go. No. Don't you dare.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you.
What? How did I get... Huh? Yeah.
The cat opens his mouth.
Так, все, труп животных у меня есть.
Collar, on!
Watch yourself.
Up! Up! You
The old dog looks up at you but doesn't lift his...
It's no use anyway. Thanks.
The dog tentatively sniffs the offering.
You're nice. Emmy would have... She was my mate for the last 7, carry the 2, plus 50. 5 years! The Magisters, they took her. Nope, haven't smelled her either. Say, let me show you something.
Oh, lucky find.
The dog focuses at the cat. The dog focuses at the cat at your feet, bearing it.
Oh, hey! Hey! Key? What key? Oh, the key! If you find out where it leads, not too far. Lots and lots. I think I love you.
You'll pay yourself. You're frightfully busy at the moment, love. Haven't got any liquor on hand, have you?
This fella could use a little... Hey, look at that. Just what I ordered. Ain't you a peach, love? Poor fella over there crossed one of Griff's card sharks and got a club to the... Lucky you came out of it.
Ow, my... He smacks your hand away. You're The man sleeps so deeply, he might as well be...
A healer's walk is never done.
The man sleeps...
A little reprieve from the din outside.
You're cheating! I feel him, but I do not see him.
Thank you for your help with that, thug. Our kind of few here. We must help each other.
She bows.
I hear of no escapes. The only way out is through. In this cave, we trust the healer. She is young, but she sees. It gives me great Wait, before you... I am not here without your help. I do not forget this. For you, thank you.
You cover your face with your hands. You've just heard the news. The elven homelands...
I'll stab you right in the eye! Wait, I call a timeout!
The child ignores you and continues...
I'm playing Helene, hero of the whole world. That was my mum's name. She died when the void broke.
Suddenly,
Whack! Back, evil... Oh, you're really fun! Ready? Go!
this hole is too small for you to squeeze into. This hole is too small for you to squeeze into. The cat's eye.
No one tells me there are so many children in this Fort Joy. It is a strange moment.
The young girl's...
Ah, hello. So much you suffer.
I see it before my eyes.
Dear one, no.
She takes your...
I wish you...
It looks like she wants to speak further.
No, surely it cannot be.
Yes, please ask. Oh, I do not cover my eye. He is a very blind. You understand when you meet him. It is safer here. We make no trouble for Griff.
Her eyebrows.
There can be a way. Amiro knows. But he is gone. My protector, my friend. He is caught by those who hurt. You bring me... I see something that helped. I know it helped.
You faggot!
State your business. The one house that... Why? Bloody... You, the Red Demon, the exiled pig. I'd heard they'd sent you here, but I'd hoped you'd have drowned yourself before crossing my path. Bow before pigs and you'll be stained with... Get away from...
The soldier tightens it.
You are in the wrong place, Pinky. Do stop gaping. Anything can be procured inside these walls. That's for you to...
Скрывал принц.
I'm Helen. A human? You stink. I know you are, but what am I? A human? You stink. No. I'm a lizard. Guess you were. Now get human.
Are
you from the ancient empire? Maybe you know my mum, Helen. She served the bailiff of the House of Law.
Suddenly, the child's face crinkles into a grimace. She seems on the verge of sobbing.
Oh! Wow! You're really smart. I know how to spell introduce. My way is too small for you. You'll have to find another. Hope you brought a shovel.
What's this? I found something.
You're back! And you brought... But who's this?
Go on. Don't be shy. With her, this is my new...
Please, small child.
But she's really nice.
Why? A grown friend. You brought an adult here. What in the world are you? A millennium? Can it be? You're... Strange to think it's been so... A wicked king, it was. Brachus Rex. Yet, my failure was absolute. Please, good lady, you must free me. Prise this spear from my chest, where it has been stuck fast for the last 1,000. Oh, bless you, good lady. Seize the spear. End this degradation.
It's stuck fast.
I got it. Good sir. You've set my body free. I have heard of such after he interred me in this cell. But I know this place well. I could lead you to its likely location. In turn, marvelous, my friend. Marvelous. You'll first have to get inside the fort itself. The switch will open a hatch. Brachus would have made me a supplicant. I was fully briefed. I never thought I would become one of his. Fort Joy is a dangerous. Here, he and his...
Rubbish.
Wither is free. Now he can be happy. Now he can... Well, yeah. A lot. But he's my... You're right. You are really strong. Here, take this. It'll show you how to find my secret fort. If you can find a way up, you can have my...
Свободный набор. Я уже не помню, как я его добавил. То есть я же...
Finally kicked the bucket this in. Didn't think I'd miss his grumbling and boat.
Boring.
Ну ладно. Я думаю, на сегодня можно закончить. Много не смотрел, поэтому сам себе говорю спасибо за игру. Всем удачи, всем пока.